ordering from
Oh,
Amazon.
it's not late yet.
Was it 5 minutes for full professor? You give him 5?
He's placing an order on Amazon Prime.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats?
Yeah, I'm having lunch flown in.
Nice.
All right. Oh, that was loud. I'll call the meeting of the Village of Beach Park Village Board to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Gus.
Here.
Trustee Jensen.
Here?
Trustee Miller is absent. Trustee Otterson.
Here.
Trustee Siddick.
Here.
Trustee Wells.
Here.
Attorney Ferrolo.
Here.
Mayor Hooker.
Here.
And Clerk McCarthy is here.
All right. If you'd rise and join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we have a packed house again. Is there any public comment on any of the agenda items? Hearing none, we'll move on to our consent agenda. Our consent agenda tonight includes the following. The approval of the Village Board regular meeting minutes from March 24th and bills presented for payment in the amount of $244,934.63. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Gus, second by Jensen. Discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Otterson.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Under the mayor's report, we have a press release from the Illinois section of the AWWA celebrating one of our trustees, Mark Otterson, as the Water Professional of the Year. And I understand, I did see the trophy or the award or whatever, and so that was in lieu of a raise, right?
Exactly. Yes.
That's good. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
I got like 15 minutes of fame down in Springfield when I got the award, and then the other day, in 25 years as a county employee, I went to my first county board meeting. So I got another about 5 minutes
nice.
of fame. So and then this is another 2-3 minutes here that.
We could stretch it out to
So
2.5 to 3.5.
I think the total will be 25-30 minutes, and I'll be ready to
Sweet.
just fade back and be a wallflower like I usually am.
Well, for those that didn't see it, it was a very nice, it had his glowing mug on the featured there and his name spelled correctly.
Do you recognize the picture?
Village board picture?
Yeah, it's the one from the wall. It's the only,
Exactly.
they said, we have to find a picture of you in a tie. And I said, well, there's one at the village and then the rest are funerals. Thank you. It was
Well,
fun.
congratulations.
I bet you had a wedding picture you could have given.
Oh, that's true. There was a wedding, a couple weddings, yeah.
No, I mean yours.
Oh, that one too, yeah. No, that's what I meant. All three of mine, I had ties on.
Very good. All right, trustee reports. Up first is Finance, Trustee Jensen.
Very little report, as our Finance Committee meeting this month will not be until the 27th, 6 p.m. Upstairs, I'm guessing, and we will review the warrant list from this meeting. I don't know what else we have on the agenda. They're going to surprise me, I think. That's all I have here.
All right, thank you very much. Next up is the fellow with the interesting colored hair. Trustee Gus, what have you got for Parks and Recreation?
Only thing I got is hope we have halfway decent weather Saturday for our Easter egg hunt finally,
Absolutely. How do we say it? It starts at 9, ends at 9:01,
give or take.
or give or take a second
9, yes.
or two?
And that's all I have.
All right, very good. Planning, Building, Zoning Committee, Trustee Wells. what-
Thank you, Your Honor. First, we have for your consideration a resolution accepting a grant from the Illinois Housing Development Authority Strong Communities Program. The Village of Beach Park was awarded a $50,000 abandoned property program, which is the APP grant from the Illinois Housing Development Authority. The funding source for the grant has been discontinued due to a Supreme Court decision. In order to help the APP grant recipients, the IHDA is allowing municipalities to switch to a Strong Communities Program grant. Both programs operate on a 2-year cycle and reimburse grantees for rehabilitation, demolition, boarding, and cleanup of abandoned residential properties. There are 2 main differences between the 2 programs. SCP will not reimburse for regular maintenance mowing. SCP will reimburse for acquisition activities, including legal fees, up to $5,000. The required resolution accepting the SCP grant and its associated terms is attached for the board's consideration. This resolution and the documents associated with the funding agreement are due to, again, IHDA in advance of the formal closing anticipated on April 28th of 2022. And this is fulfilling a village priority to pursue grants and other funding sources to assist with projects. And again, I entertain that in the form of a motion.
All right, we have a motion from trustee Wells,
Second.
second from trustee Addison. Any discussion? I'm very happy that they found a creative, or at least an alternate way to still supply these funds outward to communities for these purposes, so. All right, would the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Addison.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have for your consideration a resolution authorizing the village administrator to enter into an Illinois Elevator Safety Program agreement with the Office of the State Fire Marshal. The State of Elevator Safety and Regulation Act requires municipalities to enter into an elevator safety program agreement with the official Office of the State Fire Marshal in order to manage permitting and inspections of elevator conveyance systems. Currently, the village does not have an agreement in place. The agreement is required for any future elevator construction in the village and will give the village the authority to manage permitting and inspection of existing and future elevator and conveyance systems within its jurisdiction. Thompson Elevator currently performs inspection on existing elevators and conveyance systems located within the village and will continue to provide a plan review and inspection service for the village going forward on an as-need basis. And again, this is fulfilling a village priority to work with other governmental agencies. And again, I entertain that in the form of a motion.
All right, we have a motion from trustee Wells.
Second.
And a second from trustee Gust. Discussion?
Do we have any elevators in Beach Park?
What do we got, 6, 7? 5?
Really?
5 or 7, yeah.
Well, Mark's got one in his house. Huh?
Yeah, right.
You got like OLH, Our Lady Humility, the schools right across the street, and there's a couple other addresses. I think
I'll
they're
be
just
darned.
mostly lifts.
I never would have realized that.
Yeah.
Park.
Yeah. Speaking of the hotel, although it doesn't fall directly in our jurisdiction, I understand that there is a vendor now, so they're apparently planning on reopening. I haven't heard any schedules yet, so.
Awesome.
August? Excellent. Excellent. Be interesting to see how they market it out, hopefully aggressively. All right. I guess if there's no other discussion, roll call, please.
Trustee Addison.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And that concludes my report, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Trustee Miller is absent. I'm not aware of anything for public relations. I'll move on to public safety. Trustee Siddick.
Thank you. I don't have anything specific this week. I don't know if the sheriff's office has anything or the fire chief has anything they'd like to share.
Tuesday, they'll be doing our police. Slides. On Tuesday, I had a meeting with the mayor and the village administrator
to address some of the concerns of the accidents that we've had on Sheridan Road, in some ways that the sheriff's office, in conjunction with some partners that we're going to try to work with, hopefully with the state police, Zion, Waukegan. We're kind of in the preliminary phases of that, trying to see how we can get some more speed enforcement, safety belt enforcement, and hopefully work out a plan with the village to help facilitate the meeting that's coming up in May, early May, with Senator Bush. With the uptick in some of the accidents, speed has been a factor in some of them. In others, pedestrian traffic has been a concern for some of the other things. So the most recent accident with the young man was not speed-related, and it was unfortunate, chasing a dog. So last I heard on that, he is going to recover. He's got a long road to go, but on scene that day, it was pretty scary. Other than that, other than some stuff that was passed on to the mayor this week and to the village administrator, reference some of the other activities, I don't have anything else to report.
Great.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We've been pushing real hard after this one. It's time that we do something. And I've been beating on the mayor and everybody else I can beat on to get this thing rolling. And granted, this accident probably wasn't speed related. However, if that driver had another half a second, she might have been able to miss this kid at a slightly slower speed. So reaction time is a factor when you're, the faster you're driving, as you know, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
So if we can reduce that speed limit, it might even, ones like this, it might even help to avoid or reduce the severity. So, and we appreciate what you guys are doing. I stopped the other night to thank one of your officers, and I got a funny look when I pulled up next to him.
What is this guy thinking?
At Emily's.
What's this guy want?
Yeah, well, I kept my hands where I could see him. Anyhow, yeah, we're putting, and anything you guys can do to help is greatly appreciated.
No, definitely, we went through a couple different ideas of things that we can do as a sheriff's office. And again, it's kind of the preliminary part of this. Hopefully, we can work with some different partners and stuff like that, and to help facilitate the information that the mayor is going to need to help inform Senator Bush of exactly some of the concerns and things that we talked about that other villages who have lower speed limits don't have to deal with the residential areas that the majority of that area.
Precisely, yeah. That's what I try to explain to Karen May. We have a higher speed limit and a greater density and lower cost housing, which is going to mean a lot more kids right up against that highway. And with the mini mart across the street and the liquor store across the street, there's going to be foot traffic. And yet our speed limit is 10 miles an hour higher than downtown Zion and then Waukegan once you get past Greenwood. So hopefully we can make that point with IDOT and get that fixed.
Absolutely, and we talked about different choke points and different traffic times. Obviously, morning rush hour, evening rush hour, and as we're getting ready to come into the summer season, which we will hopefully have eventually, that obviously there'll be more pedestrian traffic, and with the possibility of the hotel opening up in August, that's going to bring a lot more traffic into the state park as we usually get in the summer months. But I'll continue to work with Mayor Hucker and with Village Administrator Huber.
Well, I sure hope that works out, because I know years ago we tried to have conversations with the state. I know I personally did, trying to reduce that speed limit on that state road there, and they just were not willing to hear it.
Linda, do you recall documentation of that? I know Mark was looking for it, and
Yeah, that
dates or any
was,
kind of...
everything that I had paper-wise, I had actually brought to Tracy back all the way from 2007. So I don't know where those boxes are.
And anything you guys can help as far as statistics, that's going to go a long ways with IDOT. Unfortunately, just a fatality here and there that's not a trend.
Do we have any data from our speed limit sign on Sheridan Road? Have we had it on Sheridan Road?
No, we haven't had our sign up there recently. So.
Waukegan's got theirs out.
Well, I was going to say, maybe if we put our sign in the area, even when the sign isn't turned on all the way, it records the data, and that might be a good tool for that meeting coming up to say
Yeah,
the
not a bad
percentage of
idea.
people who are exceeding the 40 mile an hour.
Well, Waukegan has theirs just south of U-Store, and I noticed that Winthrop Harbor has theirs out, by the way, just past the firearm place. And,
We may
yeah.
even be able to get data from Waukegan's if we,
Yep.
if we talk to, I don't know if it's Public Works or if it's the police department, but that might be another good tool for that meeting.
Well, that part of it, but as far as the sheriff's office, I'm going to work with Deputy Chief Cavelli to see what we can track down as far as at least information that we've had of the fatals that
Right.
I know that, or significant crashes. I know we've
Yep.
had at least 4 or 5 in the last probably 6 months that were some pretty significant crashes, whether they made press releases or not.
Good,
We at least
yeah.
have the data of some of those significant accidents. And clearly, on at least a couple that I could think of, speed was definitely an option. We had the girl that went over the guardrail.
Yep.
Down into the,
Down the ravine. Speed, and obviously the water was a condition, but I think it was obviously more the speed than anything
Right.
else
Yep.
whenever she lost control. So there is that data out there. We're going to try to get that, as much of that together as we can. And then, like I said, the other things that that we discussed, we'll try to put in place to get some more enforcement and just some community involvement and some education for them.
Perfect.
We've done the lighting. I just think, whatever we can do to help make
Yep.
that a safer area. The lighting has helped a little bit, but I don't know that that's the whole answer. I mean, sidewalks, crosswalks,
Yep.
just things in general for, pedestrians.
Yep.
I know there's issues on Green Bay Road as well. Just two dangerous state roads.
Yep.
Well, there's not as much pedestrian traffic on Green Bay Road. That's obviously with some of the significant accidents we've had over the last few years on Green Bay Road, especially with pedestrians, is definitely a concern.
Yep.
Yeah, well, mostly coming from Cambridge, coming to the Walgreens or
Yeah.
the Thorntons, or I'm sorry, the Speedway.
The Speedway.
And I don't know, whatever we can do to hopefully get the state to start looking at things and helping us so we can help our residents.
Yep.
We definitely tabled a bunch of ideas the other day, so definitely got some work for myself to do, and we'll make some things happen in the next month or so.
Perfect.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening. Just a couple things. May 7th, we're doing our annual bike path cleanup. So if anyone would like to join, everyone is free to come and help out. May 14th, we are doing the Fire Safety Expo at Gurney Mills, annual thing we do there every year, help out. As far as the hotel, preliminary, that's what we've been told is August, they're going to open with the elevator stuff. I know they've reached out, and I think there's some issues with the elevators there. So one of the possibilities, and I'm not quite sure on this yet, is that they may not allow people to stay on the upper floors until the elevators are fixed.
Yep.
So that's potential yet. We haven't gone there to inspect anything yet, so once we do, we can let you know.
Good.
So unless there's any other questions, I have nothing else.
How is all the training and everything coming?
Training's going well with everyone. It's, calls sometimes interrupt them, but, they're doing what they can. We're keeping up with all their requirements and doing everything they need to.
Okay, is there anything we can do to assist with training of new employees coming on board?
No, it's, like I said, a lot of it's just state mandated stuff we got to get them through. So that's just always the tough part. When you got someone with no certification, then it's probably going to take around a year to get them up to where they need to be.
Okay.
I think she's volunteering to be a victim or an actor that needs bandaging or splinting or something like that.
I'm
So
sure,
just give her a call anytime you need something.
well, they still have to learn how to drive
Yes, we
the
still do that.
equipment and things
Yeah,
like that.
That's an
and-
ongoing thing, even for the people that are signed off to drive, it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Every year, get so many hours of drive training in. We do a obstacle course with if you can drive a fire engine, you have to do it in a fire engine. If you can only drive an ambulance, you have to do it in an ambulance. So it's all predetermined layouts that we do. We just have to set up the cones and do it.
Oh, I see. Do you do that at Founder's Park or?
Where we can find the room.
wherever you can. find
Yeah,
them.
we were talking about, in the past couple of years, we've done it with Zion because they've got a spot. That's part of the issue with the staffing being so low. We used to do it at the lakefront also. But being on that side of the tracks, if a call comes in, it's kind of a
That would be
timely
difficult.
thing. So in the past, we've kind of done it in the summers also, just kind of depending where we can find the room at schools in the parking lots at night or on the weekends. As long as no one's there, then we can utilize those also.
All right, if you need help with anything, just holler.
I appreciate
We
it, thank
enjoy
you.
our relationship with the sheriff's office and the fire department.
Absolutely.
So appreciate that, thank you.
All right.
That concludes my report.
Thank you. Moving on to Public Works with the Illinois section of the AWWA Water Professional of the Year Award winner, Trustee Otterson.
You know, if I would have known you were going to discuss that tonight, I would have brought the tiara and the sash.
Yeah, well, maybe next
They're
time.
at home, maybe next time.
Yeah.
I have no reports, no agenda items, no money to spend tonight for the Public Works Department. I'm sure you're all disappointed. But just to say that the Public Works Department continues to make us proud and do a fine job, and we appreciate it.
Good deal.
Amen.
All right. We had no TIF committee meeting, so I have no report on that. We have no staff reports listed. Anything? All right.
No,
No old business, but we do have a bit of new business. It's come to our attention that our attorneys feel that they don't charge enough, so. Don't you love coming to these?
I was hoping for consent agenda on this one. It really was.
Our finance chair will not allow that. No, in all seriousness, we have a resolution here approving billing rates for Kleinthorpe Jenkins for legal services. And so you've got the letter, you got the rates, nothing too terribly exciting there. And with inflation being what it is, I guess we all got to expect it, so.
$5?
$5 per category of service. It's about a 2% increase across the board. Every year we evaluate our fees to determine whether or not there will be a raise. We did not have a raise the first year we represented you.
Yeah.
The second year we had a raise, and this year another raise. We do appreciate our relationship with the village, enjoy working with
Yep.
the board and staff, and we respectfully request your consideration.
There you go. Well, there you have it. Do we have a motion
So
to
moved.
approve?
Second.
Motion by trustee Gus, second by trustee Siddick. Any discussion?
So we had a legal firm that represented us in years past, and we had a regular attorney that would come to 95% of the meetings. But if I recall correctly, whenever there was an adjustment in the contract or a pay raise of any sort, they had a gentleman on staff that was about 6'9", and they would send him. And I always thought it was kind of like a strong arm tactic, but it worked.
It worked.
But thank you for not trying that right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I do have a partner that is 6'10", that
See?
John knows,
Yeah,
down there.
yeah.
But he's home.
We-
I told him to sit this one out.
Yeah, well. It's
Well, if it was any more than $5 increase, you might have wanted to bring him.
Yeah, send Tom in. I mean, who could argue with Tom?
No,
He's such a nice guy.
Sure.
All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
All right.
Trustee Addison.
Aye. The motion carries. You can breathe a sigh. You can go to the office tomorrow and breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, boy. All right,
Before we move on, I have some new business.
oh, okay.
I'd just like to express my gratitude to all the staff and elected officials who attended my mom's services this week. Greatly appreciate it. The family really was touched. Having her memoriam on the sign out here was huge. She really was proud of the fact that she was our second First Lady, her predecessor. And the fact that she was invited to the village events, the annual Christmas party, and given a seat of honor, that was a big thing for her. So that was great. And also, And many that couldn't make it that sent their condolences via email, via cards, via text messages. It was all greatly appreciated and very touching. And especially the mayor's address, he emceed the event, and no one could have done better. You did a tremendous job, and even though you took some of the bullet points out of my...
See, that's the best part about going first. I got all the good stuff.
You
but-
did.
Yeah.
You hit all the high points, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's all I have.
I loved her like a mother, so,
Me too.
yeah, just like. Back to the citizens addressing the board. We got to start paying people to come to our meetings, I think. Maybe just go out and pick up some people at the corner and see if they want to come talk. I don't see any floods. We've already heard from 2 of the 3 members of the audience, and she's shaking her head like, no. Okay. Then we'll move on. We do have cause tonight for an executive session to discuss pending, probable, or imminent litigation pursuant to Section 2, subparagraph C, paragraph 11 of the Open Meetings Act. Do we have a motion to adjourn to executive session?
Second.
And a second. We have a motion by Gus, second by Otterson. Yes, we do need a roll call on that. So please.
Trustee Wells. Aye. Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Addison.
Aye.
Trustee Sidik.
Aye.
Now, we do have the option of staying in the room, but then we would have to ask everyone else to leave if there's no further business. I don't believe we'll have any action after the executive session, but that is yet to be determined. So if the sheriffs and fire department reps want to leave, we certainly understand, and I'm going to tell my wife to go home, so.
Oh. Go home and get dinner ready.
Yeah, go home, get dinner ready. Now, I know where she's going next. So, but thank you for coming, and this way we can have our interaction with the audiovisual system that we've got here. So
You're going to turn off the internet feed?
it's off.